Hey everyone, I'm Brian and you're watching Build a Place channel. In this video, I want to be removing this 8-foot short rubber hose that I have that came with this pump. And I'm going to be putting on a much longer 20-foot hose. And I'm also going to put a nozzle on it to replace this. This has always been kind of a problematic thing. If you don't run it through this eye, it has a tendency to not stay there, and I've had it where it's just falling off and fuel's going everywhere. So with the shut off, I think that's going to prevent all that problem, because all you have is what's here, you drain that out. With the 20-foot long hose, that's going to make it easier when I need to fuel up my machines. With the 8-foot hose, you had to almost back your machine right up to the tank, and I was worried about hitting the tank or hitting whatever. So let's get started by, I'm going to take this old hose off. I've already drained it out. Get rid of that. It's been on it for a while, so it may not come off real easy. Which it's not. And I'm taking my filter with me. Let me get another wrench. There, it broke free. Once it gets free, I think I can just go on the end of it and spin it. Just like that now. Just spin it on off. Set that out of the way. I want to realign this a little bit. Get started. I'm going to put the hose on the filter. That'd be the first thing I do. So I'm going to cut these straps, lay this hose out. I'm going to spin this hose because I don't think that the hose itself has either side. No, it doesn't have a swivel. None of the ends swivel. So I want it to just stretch this hose out. Oh, I want to put a little bit of thread sealant I want to put on it first on the ends of the threads. So I'll put that on there. And then I want to, well, probably don't have to stretch your hose out, probably just keep it bundled like this. And just keep the bundle tight. Once I get the first thread, it's going to be pretty easy to do this, but getting that first thread is going to be the challenge, holding it in a bundle. Let's go like this. Still not catching the threads. You got to hold your tongue just right. It's like right there. I got it, finally. So I just keep this bundled up tight. Take whatever wrench fits it, tighten it down. Okay, now it's kind of tight. Pick that wrench back up and tighten it down. This will be nice to have a 20-foot of hose on this. Okay, I think that's tightened up. So we're gonna put the hose on the nozzle. We could probably just leave this kind of bundle up like this. For the nozzle, we have like a swivel fitting, so we can put that on first. So I'm just going to set this up in the vise real lightly, because it's made of plastic, so I don't want to put too much pressure on that piece. Put a little bit of sealant on the swivel couple. Get my wrench. Tighten this up. I don't like holding it there. That plastic seems pretty stout, but I'm going to turn it over. I'm just going to lightly pinch on that piece of vinyl. And I'll take the end of the hose. I'm going to kind of stretch it out now, it don't matter. Put a little bit of thread sealant on there. You can't see it that well from, no, you can't see it that well from that camera angle. Basically, I'm just going to tighten this up here. And I have a strap wrench that I'm going to hold this straight knurled section. It's right over here. Let me get that. I think I wanted to turn that, so I'll just use just a strap wrench with an old serpentine belt on it. That grip's really nice on a strap wrench, it's a serpentine belt. Put my wrench on this side and kind of ratchet it a little bit with the strap wrench. I'll pull back this way on this side, I guess. Put it opposite. Put the wrench on the opposite side. And I think that's tight. I'm going to try to get a little bit better bite with this strap wrench. Put the crescent wrench, the adjustable wrench there. I'm putting a pretty good torque on that. I think that's about all it's going to get. Yep, that's about all it's going to get. Better than putting pliers on that straight knurl. So I got that much done, that's ready. That's gonna be so nice to have 20 feet of hose and a nozzle. The other, wherever I put the other hose, all it had was this, it had this little piece on it. When you put it in the tank, the hose jumped around and I was always afraid this hose was gonna jump out and throw fuel everywhere, but this is nice. You can just put it right on the thing, set the stop. When you're done, you can make sure everything's out. So the next thing, I'm probably just going to leave the hose on top of here. I don't think I haven't come up with any kind of rack for the hose. But what I did come up with is a way that I'm going to put this, because the other had a place that went in here, you know, to put the end of the hose fitting, but I don't think that's going to work very good. I mean, it could probably sit like that, I'm thinking, but I'm afraid it's going to do one of these numbers and fall on the ground. So I'm going to get 2 cushion clamps. I think I'm going to put them right here, and I don't know if you can see that, but put 2 cushion clamps and they'll go right there. So I'm going to get them now. And basically, I'll kind of show you. Here's one of the cushion clamps. You get these from McMaster-Carr. But the hole for these are probably for number 10, I'm thinking. And these bolts are already measured. They're 1/4 20. So I'm going to have to drill this out to 1/4 inch with a step drill. But I'm thinking I'm going to put these cushion clamps right here, and that'll be a place where that nozzle can sit there and no water can get into it, because it's going to be facing down, even if you have it on the back of the truck or the trailer or outside somewhere. So I'm going to get the drill motor, which I have. I'll get the other cushion clamp, and we'll start oversizing these holes to 1/4 of an inch. I'm just going to use a step drill to step it up to the next, step it up to that size. Clamp it real tight. And I need to get the screws so I can make sure that I got the right, stepped up to the right size. Yep. So it's just one step up from where it was, and I thought that's what it would be. Put this like that. Just pull the clamp out a little bit. And no, I'm not wearing my safety glasses. It's not normally like me not to wear safety glasses. But I pretty much always wear safety glasses when I'm drilling and working stuff, but as you can see, I'm kind of getting gun-ho, I guess, which I shouldn't be doing. Okay, those are drilled. So just need these. Get the right size wrench, take the hole bolts out. These were, I think these were 3/4 of an inch, and then I went and bought 1-inch stainless steels screws to replace, put in the same spot. These cushion clamps can be trying sometimes to get them to close. They're pretty stout and strong, and these ones, I believe, pretty sure these are stainless. I don't think they're aluminum. So you can get these in aluminum, stainless steel. And all kinds of sizes. I probably could have found one that fit tight on the nozzle, and you see, since it's so difficult to get clamped, I just threading it in there. So if I can get it tight enough to bite in the thread, then it'll just pull that clamp right closed. I know I'm not showing any close views, but basically all I'm doing is just, I'm gonna have to get an extension, short extension. Or a medium length extension, because it's hitting on the cushion or the angle of the clamp. I didn't try this out before I started, so I didn't really test to see how well this will work, so I'm not 100% sure this is going to work out perfect, but we can always make adjustments. That's a nice thing about building stuff. You think you have something right, only to find out that you need to make some minor adjustments. Or sometimes you just got to start all over again at the beginning. Hopefully we won't do that with this. Just ratchet it in, and since it's springing back, that's helping to cause that screw to kind of thread into the cushion clamp. Put the second one here. And looking at it right now, it don't look like it's going to work quite the way I intended. So we may have to do a little bit of a modification. And I think I want it to go like this. Go on the outside. See how that looks. Because I don't think that's going to fit right. No, it ain't going to work. Let's go to the outside with this one too. Back it up. Go to the outside, or you go up with it. That'll give us more more distance. That's going to give us too much distance there. So we're going to have to angle, let's angle both of them together a little bit. Bring this one about 20 degrees more that way. Tighten that down. And bring this one back to me about 10 degrees. Lock that in, see how that works. That works better. Nozzle didn't work out very good, so I wanted to change up a little bit. I took that off and ended up putting a 3/4 inch ball valve on it and a short section of 3/4 inch pipe. So I want to do something similar to that, but I'm probably going to get a piece of pipe and make it so it may have some angle or something on it. Put some kind of other adapter, but this kind of worked out. This is just a ball valve, so it goes right through where that had, like I said, it had some kind of restriction on it. I don't know what's in there, but it did work good with the hand pump, but this worked perfect. And it shuts it off right here. So I got this little piece of hose, and my rack doesn't work quite right, but it kind of held it up there now. So we're going back to the drawing board on this. Since the other nozzle won't work, and the ball valve seems like the way I'm going to do this. So, but I want the handle to come down when it's off instead of being up in the air. And then I'm going to I have a piece of 3/4 inch pipe that I'm going to bend and put a little bit of an arch on it, similar to what the other nozzle had for fueling. This straight piece worked pretty good, and then adjust these clamps again. I did find the size of these. These are they're 1.25 inch. They're stainless steel from McMaster-Carr, and they're actually called loop clamps, which I always call them just cushion clamps, but they're cushioned loop clamps. So I'm gonna get started on bending this piece of pipe next and get this apart. So I think most of this is probably pretty much, well, I did tighten this down a little bit. Let me get wrenches and get this apart. I tried to bleed as much of the oil out. I'm probably still gonna have a little bit of oil coming out the hose. I'll pick that up with a rag if I get somewhere. I got a catch pan here somewhere. It's really nothing. So get this piece ready to go. I'm going to go over and bend that. Have this stick of 3/4 inch pipe. I'm going to put it in the bender. Basically slide it through here, and I want to make the shortest distance I can on the threaded side of it. So I'm going to put it right there, right on the edge of where thread starts on this wheel. And my piece of pipe moved off of its It's about the minimum bend that can be made with this. Just release this and it's about, oh wow, I don't think it's quite a 45, but it's probably about 30 degrees. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna cut off. I'm thinking I'm gonna go somewhere right, just right here. I'm gonna guess at that. It's nothing exact. So I'll put this in the vise. I need something down there on that end to hold this up a little bit. Just get this started in the vise for now. It may, vise is gonna hold it up. I don't know if vise is gonna hold it up strong enough. I'm just going to take, I'll put the cutter right in here somewhere. Always cut it a little bit more if that's too long. So we'll just cut this piece of pipe. Okay, I got my nozzle end made up, and I'll take some of these burrs out of the inside of this, but that's, just take a rat tail file and clean that up, and this will be ready to put on the end of that ball valve. Okay, I have this nozzle piece ready to go. I'm gonna just clamp it up in the vise here. Put a little bit of sealant on it. On the threads. Okay, for the ball valve, I'm gonna have to put it this direction, but when I finished, I want this to be up on the top like that. So this is the open position, and this will be the closed position. It's just going to have to work out like that, and it's just the way it's going to work out. So that's open, or I may put it, it's probably going to be like this. When I'm done, I have it just like this, it's dead to the side. So we want it, the handle to be to me when we're done. So let me get the right wrench. I think I can get one more. Yeah, one more turn. Tighten the vise up a little bit. A little bit more. That's a little tiny bit more. Being a little bit picky, but it don't need to be there. Okay, so now that's all. Now we need to get a rag, get this excess. So that's where it's, well, that's where it's going to be for this. Now I'm going to hook this onto the, back onto the hose. Take my wrenches and my okay, let me reach around, get this hose back up. Put some more some new thread sealant on there. And this time I want the hose to lay, well, I don't think it's gonna matter a whole lot, but when it goes into the holders, the loop clamps, I want it to be towards me. Get my wrenches. Wrench fits there. This one fits there. Get them in the right direction. Need a rag to clean the rest of that goop off, or the pipe sealant, but put this out of the way. Now, The goal is for it to sit back into here. Now we need to make some adjustments again for that. So let me loosen this one up, see if that helps. It helps a little bit. You loosen both of them up. Maybe they'll line themselves up right. May need a slightly bigger clamp. I think I might have to go to a slightly larger clamp. Not the way I wanted to work out, but that's the way it seems like it's going to want to work out. So that's closed off. Now I gotta get that, see, I've been getting it on my hands. Get that excess cleaned off, and I had to get, like I said, get a larger size clamp because it's pretty close to the ID of the clamp's pretty much close to the OD of the pipe. Well, that's all for this video. It didn't turn out quite the way I wanted it to, but we're going to try it again. I'm going to get another tank of fuel and see how it dispenses. I'm pretty sure it's going to work out good with a ball valve and this piece of 3/4 inch pipe. It's doesn't look good, but I think it's going to work fine. So thanks for watching the video. If you have any comments, leave me comments. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you like my channel, subscribe. Thanks again for watching.